Alrighty then. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome, one and all. My name is Mario, I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the 7 Dooms for Sandpoint. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are doing awesome. I am very, very much looking forward to today's game. I have been itching to do a Hell Knight interrogation on my group of adventurers. So, there you go. Pretty emo girl. Yeah, pretty emo girl. I mean, I don't know if she's emo. I'd like to say that she's an alt grunge girl. You know what I mean? Like, or if you're a young fella, she's seen. She's insane. I don't ask, man.
In sync.
It's the thing now. It's like I'm insane.
The fact that even the youngest on the table is questioning what that is says a lot.
Do you know?
Like, are we talking about like back from like the early 2000s?
No, no. Insane is like now.
Oh, well then I don't know the language of now.
Yeah. So it was. So what was it? It was punk to emo to goth to alt to something, and then something to scene. Yeah, it's literally the definition of having a phase, because there's so many phases to it. Anyway, I digress. Yes, we will be doing an interrogation with this beautiful Hero Forge mini. And speaking of Hero Forge minis, let's of course take a moment to thank all of our lovely sponsors who help keep us with the lights on and stuff like that. We have, of course, Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, allowing my players to connect from all over the world in this epic and wonderful space so that we can enjoy role-playing games as they should be enjoyed, with people who you tolerate because they can match your schedule. Then, of course, we have our lovely sound effects from Sirenscape to help immerse my players into the adventure that we are enjoying as well. And lastly, Hero Forge for the fantastic artworks and tokens and minis that we use for our character art for the channel. So yeah, there you go. I mean, here's a question for you. This is technically not AI art, technically speaking, but it is computer generated imagery, so we do use a lot of computer generated imagery for our channel and stuff like that. And I appreciate the amount of tireless work that the programmers and sculptors go to making these things, and how versatile they become thanks to the efforts of like kit bashing and stuff like that, all of which are available for Hero Forge. So yeah, I consider myself to be very grateful for the fact that I have remained resilient somewhat against the widespread use of AI art, because I do support artists if and how and when and where I can. But I want to go. I mean, this may be inflammatory or whatever. I'm not against AI in general, right? Like, I think AI has a place and has a tone and has a way you can access it and utilize it. But at no point in time do I believe that it should replace the human experience, nor should it replace what people do for their careers and their incomes, least of all if they're stolen and stuff. I have in the past used my token rings, the little frame things. I have unknowingly used some AI art for those ones, because I bought them off a store, and I've just been like, buy it off store, cool, I got these look cool, and I haven't thought about it at that time. And then it was like, oh, these are all AI generated. I was like, oh, well, I mean, they were honest about it. I just didn't. I thought I was paying a human that was doing human things, so you gotta watch out. You gotta look out for those things. But yeah. But, hey, why use AI art when you've got this cool Hero Forge stuff that you can use, is what I'm trying to say. It's freaking awesome. Go check it out. It's really cool. And this is not coming from someone who is in the anti-AI rhetoric camp. This is someone who actually does embrace the AI stuff, telling you go do this instead, because, it's cool. All right. Then we have, that was our sponsor. So, I mean, now we, I guess, talk about these guys. Who are these guys? These are guys who are my Patreons, who for some reason, continue to want to be on my table, and enjoy enjoy watching me beat them down. Every session begins with what level are you guys again, and then me frantically looking for something to knock their heads together with. No, they're wonderful. They're very creative and amazingly inspiring characters. And to tell you about their inspiring characters, I'll turn the ball over to them while I quickly go get a beverage, and yeah, they can tell you who they're playing for today. Starting with, you know what? Let's go in reverse order today, just to throw in a mix of things. We'll start with Navander, played by our dear friend All Things Fantasy.
Throwing me for a loop, Dag. But that's fine. I can roll with it. Hey, everyone. I'm Matt from All Things Fantasy, and I'm playing Navander tonight. Once and now, still a member of the Sable Company Marines, an elite air-to-ground military police unit. He has settled down here in Sandpoint. He has a beautiful wife, Shalelu, and together they own and run a small chicken ranch just outside of Sandpoint. He's been asked by Father Xantus to keep an eye on these three young'uns to make sure that they don't, well, hurt themselves or hurt the people of Sandpoint. He's making sure that the seven dooms that Noalia, an ancient enemy of Sandpoint, that is currently inflicting on Sandpoint, does not destroy it. Usually I play off other people's starting things, but I can't do that now, so because I'm
So good. I got you covered. I am Neil from Immersion Diversion, playing Peyton Ramon. He is a member of the town of Sandpoint, now currently staying with Navander, but he is trying to help Nawalia by taking care of these seven dooms, because Nawalia was a childhood friend of his growing up. Basically someone who took care of him and the other orphans at the church. I was living at the church with my parents, but when the fire happened, that scenario was in, my parents were also caught in that fire. So, even though it was caused by Noalia, I'm trying to help send her soul past, so he can move on. Peyton has also lost a dear friend of his, Misha, recently, as well as now what he might have soon to be considered a brother of his, Nolan. He found no one inside of his bedroom, and he has slipped away. And now he has to and now he has to figure out what to do about the copy of Misha who is still alive, who will end up having the same fate as him, probably.
Hi, I'm Bavarian CA. I'm playing Artemis Vander, a mage from the Traveling Academy of Koribani. I think. Keep trying to remember how to pronounce that. Who has now Korbislani, who has found himself waylaid by no fault of his own in the city of Sandpoint, and is now struggling to figure out why he is there.
And I'm Sky playing the cleric Sandero, one of the very unfortunate souls from Nawalia's reign of terror back in the day. But having known Nawalia in her youth to a degree, knows that it was a long road that corrupted her, and as a result is on her own little path to try to avoid the corruptions of everyone around in Sandpoint, which includes making friends with all the old enemies to make basically peace in the entire area as much as she can.
All right, and that is, of course, our lovely and amazing cast of characters for today's session. Now, before we kick off, we have, of course, one last person to thank. That is our lovely audience members. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of the show and for coming and joining us. We invite you to come behind the GM screen in order to influence the game as we play and do all the cool, wonderful, awesome stuff. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time in order to influence the game with a wide variety of rewards, ranging from inspiration, wandering bosses, wandering monsters, divine intervention, divine healing. So many cool things. Go check those out. They're amazing. And yeah, no, you don't have to do anything. You just have to watch my show. That's basically it. If you are subscribed, though, you do get to earn channel points a little quicker. So hey, that's not a terrible idea either. But for those of you who have some disposable income that you would like to help with helping me maintain my overheads and helping me obviously continue to produce these shows, boom, we have some monetary donations for you to have a bit of fun with my players, to help add to the DAG survival check, which is now at 52 freaking percent. I'm blown away. Freaking 52%. That is so freaking good. Thank you so much to everyone who's already contributed to that. And of course, the big donations and the small donations alike all make a massive difference when it comes to this. So yeah, seriously, thank you. Especially because the December holidays is usually quite quiet. So everything's now coming into January as we pick up and we do more stuff. So thank you to everyone who's helped me get this far with my survival check. You guys are fucking units. But of course, we have some rewards with monetary donations. For $5, you can donate to give a hero point to a player of your choice, or a jinx point to me. Hero points can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. Jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks that I have in front of me. The first deck is a deck of plot twists, which come with a bunch of narrative prompts that I will then use to influence the game with a random narrative prompt. The second is my role and playbook, where I will find a moment in the game to draw inspiration from one of the many random tables, ranging from treasure to illnesses to encounters to attractions to monsters, whatever. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. So we'll roll on some tables and we'll get some randomness happening in the game. For $20, you can donate to give someone the coveted golden natural 20, because that is sometimes what you need in order to succeed, and the nat 20s are freaking awesome. That is what we do. For $50, you can increase the difficulty of a challenge the group is facing with a boss buff, making it even more tough as the group struggles against an encounter, or maybe change the parameters of the victory. What they need to do in order to survive might change. Maybe someone else is at risk. Who knows? All this stuff comes with a boss buff. Then, of course, we have our $50 Harrow draw, where I will draw a card from the deck of Harrows, which is like this like fortune-telling deck. And we will read out the prophecy on the Harrow deck. And from that prophecy, if our heroes decide to adhere to it or even reject it directly, they will receive a boon from the card, either in the form of a favor, a magic item, or a secret fighting art. In addition, for the 3 games after they draw this card, they will receive a boost based on whichever suit it is. This is the Paladin, its suit is the Hammer, so all strength checks will receive a 1d4 bonus for 3 sessions until, for 3 sessions or until the prophecy is fulfilled. So there you go. Then, of course, we have our secret menu item, and I know this has been something that everyone has been very, very excited for. So the secret menu item for today. Now, Neil has gone on a very wild adventure in the last 24 hours. Neil, do you want to tell everyone what you've been up to?
Okay. I'll try to make it quick. So we met a Gynosphinx, and our Knoll rogue, I'm just gonna say rogue. Sure. They made a pact with their god that they don't normally talk to, and so the god was mad, decided to do what they wanted, and transferred a symbol that was connected to the Gynosphinx, keeping them in the country, not being able to leave, onto him now. So now he can't leave. In the meantime, they were thrashing, which caused a giant mythical sandworm to we got its attention, and in the end, my character Sykes ended up running away from the party to get its attention, rode it like a rodeo bull, and then also later on we had a break inside of an oasis, and at the bottom of the oasis there was no bottom, and I ended up going to the plane of water. So lots of nat 20s on that game, which made it successful in the rodeo, and I made it back safely to my party. So yeah, today was an adventure.
Yeah, so with a massive and incredible adventure that Neil that Neil participated in, I thought it would be best to try and follow in that suit with some extra planar, interdimensional transportation between a multitude of different places, very, very suddenly and very, very unexpectedly. So, in lieu of this, I will have a large portal, specifically a large portal, to the elemental plane of water appear in the outskirts of Sandpoint. Now, what this will make do is a creature from the elemental plane of water will find themselves lured into the bay. While in the bay, it will stop all trade and fishing routes from leaving Sandpoint and create a new type of calamity for our group to have to deal with, which will be, of course, somewhat ocean-faring, as they will have to be on a boat in order to deal with it. But that is our secret menu item. Now, what kind of creature do you say, Dag, would you potentially use in order to do this? You would never use something like, a giant elder elemental or a dragon or something like that, or even a sea serpent seems a bit excessive at this level. Well, fear not, for I have something that fits all my criteria, and that is, of course, one of my favorite underrated creatures, otherwise known as a dragon turtle.
Love myself a dragon turtle.
Yeah, look at that. So a dragon turtle will very, very rudely, very, very abruptly be thrown into the harbor, and our heroes will need to find some way, shape, or form in order to get it to piss the hell off, because right now it is not doing so, and it is quite, confused and angry and ornery, and no one in Sandpoint knows how to deal with it. So yeah, that is a secret menu
We're gonna
item.
make Sandpoint the town of dragons.
Well,
This is already a dragon here.
Well, technically, the dragon turtle isn't a dragon. The dragon turtle is just mostly a turtle. But the terrifying thing is that this turtle is, of course, amphibious, which means it can both survive for vast amounts of times underwater, holding its breath, or it can wander onto land and decide to start smashing buildings. So as of yet, that'll be the case. It'll be the portal will open, it'll dump a thing, and Neil's other character will be like, "Hey, this isn't where I belong," and then he'll just vanish.
Is the dragon turtle also going to teach us how to spirit bend?
Yes, 100%.
Nice.
Yeah, Uguay style.
That's funny.
Perfect. Okay, so that is our secret menu item. All right, and that is everything. All right, guys. Well, are you guys ready to start today's session?
Yeah.
Yeah? I heard Neil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Woo! So excited! Yeah! All right. So, without any further ado.
Oh.
Gonna die.
Let me just get my music going.
Oh.
One moment. Sorry, the music's not playing yet. I like Sirenscape, but the music is always just a little slow. I miss Eddie. For those of you who've been with my channel long enough, I miss Eddie. Eddie was cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's a name I haven't seen in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Editor.
The Editor.
Yeah.
Yep. He got out. He's making a life for himself. All right, so the town of Sandpoint, nestled along the Varisian frontier, a quaint small town that was founded by merchants and the investment of a large fortune dragon. A number of calamities have besieged this small hamlet. Time and time again, the people have proven to be more than just common folk, rising up time and time again to rebuild after catastrophe after catastrophe after catastrophe. From the time of troubles, in which a massive fire tore through the northern part of the city or the town, to the infamous serial killing of the Chopper and his subsequent death at the hands of the local guard. giants who came and kidnapped the townsfolk, dragons which raised the roofs. But still, the town of Sandpoint perseveres. In the latest days, 7 dooms have been claimed to fall upon Sandpoint, 4 of which have already transpired and been thwarted by our heroes. The first, the raising of the Grave Knight Ripnugget, an old enemy to the town. The second, the fire-breathing horse lizard demon known as the Sandpoint Devil, also defeated by our heroes. A large group known as the Midnight Dawn. Is that it? Midnight Dawn? That can't be right. Anyway.
Midnight Sun?
No, that's the Marvel group of...
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
I know. Anyway, a group of cultists hell-bent on replacing the townsfolk with clones so that evil, manipulative, psychic brain creatures can inhabit the clone bodies and take over the town piece by piece. And of course, lastly, the cult of the Sandpoint Devil, one in which the town's leader has recently been resurrected as the new Sandpoint Devil, is all but a few of the dooms that seem to be falling upon the town. Another one that seems to be less of a doom and more of a situational circumstance that, surrounds what is happening in the town is, with all of these catastrophes happening, people have started questioning the authority within. Is Mayor Kendra Devrin truly suited to look after the town amidst all of the things that are happening? Is Father Xantus, the spiritual leader, really the right person to be helping guide everyone in these times of troubles? Well, after Father Xantus had been accused of murdering a person who had come to audit the church, a ratfolk Abdaran priest by the name of Reagan, he was arrested and subsequently imprisoned. The town mayor was attacked in her own home by what looked to be a copycat killer of the serial killer known as the Chopper, and is currently isolating herself on bed rest, protected by a new contingent of Hell Knight guards that have now come to occupy the town at the request of none other than Mayor Nathaniel Cookshanks, who has stepped up in Kendra's place. With such a shift in the paradigm that surrounds Sandpoint, it's only a matter of time to truly see if this town can withstand the coming storm. But enemies outside, enemies within, it's a lot for a group of 4 people to contend with, especially since they have all recently been detained. Peyton, you are brought into the jail cell where you see Cinderial, Artemis, and Navander awaiting you. As you are brought in and thrown into the cell, there's a few, kind of choice words. Now, I believe you fled the scene, right, when things first happened?
Yeah.
So the guards begin to very angrily sort of discuss something with...
I fled the Hell Knights, not the town guard.
Yeah. The Hell Knights are the ones who have sort of things to say.
Oh, okay.
And Barbara looks unimpressed, but not, she's not perturbed. She's unflappable. She gestures the Hell Knights away, and as well as the guards who have brought you in. But in walks Nathaniel. Now, Barbara, I know that I asked you to come here, and you have done so at the kindness of your very gracious self. And I can say that already you have made the town a lot safer, especially what with the recent attack and your soldiers putting their own lives on the line here. But I must tell you that these folk here, these are upstanding, adventurous folk. They've done quite a lot for the town already, and myself included. I hope that you won't be too stringent with what you got planned.
We just need to know what they know. The more information we have, the better we can protect the town. Now, they admitted to being at the scene of the mayor's attack during the attack. They would have the most information out of anyone else at the moment.
Yeah, but
Unfortunately,
is this all necessary? You know, the cage and the shackles and all that.
for one of them at least, it is. With known flight risk.
He says, all right, well, that's understandable. I mean, in which case, I mean, perhaps we can, you know, sort of adjourn to a more comfortable setting at the very least. If the shackles are necessary, I mean, I feel like being down here in this dank and place for criminals ain't exactly the most, you know, reasonable place. You know what? Actually, I just found out that there is a very nice office in the second story. Maybe I could show it to you real quick, you know? We could fashion it into an isolation chamber of some kind.
I like that idea.
He kind of guides Barbara upstairs, and as they do so, you all have a moment to reunite with Peyton, who, from your perspective, fucking abandoned you.
Hey guys.
You know, back when I was a Sable Company Marine, we can tell people who are guilty by those who run.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on.
You ran.
The Hell Knights are
Was
terrifying.
was that you or Peyton? I don't know.
That's Peyton. Peyton says the Hell Knights are terrifying, and it sounds like they just mean business. I don't think they were willing to hear me out. But I came anyway. Here I am.
We are currently detained for questioning. We're not arrested. Did you get arrested, Peyton?
Not by a Hell Knight.
At the moment, it doesn't matter.
On the plus side, Peyton, at least if they threw us in the jail, you know the jailer. Quite nice man, remember?
Mm-hmm. But I think he technically also has to listen to them, right?
I think so.
They are the law enforcement by the mayor.
I didn't know.
Yeah. I think if anything, I'm just gonna kind of do what they say from now on. But heads up, no one's gone.
What do you mean, go?
As in, he went for a trip?
I hold up his signet ring. He gave this to me. This is gonna happen to all the clones. He was falling apart in his bedside. I told Misha I would go visit him, but she hadn't heard from him in a while either. And
Can
so
I offer?
Oh, sorry.
Can I offer a suggestion?
Yeah.
And please do not take this as criticism. This is just a suggestion because I can see what you're kind of trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking softly doesn't change the language you use when you're trying to put something with more emotional impact.
Yeah.
Instead of giving just the factoids of like what happened, this is a chance for you as someone who also DMs in order to build a scene and build a story for them, which is why there was a look of confusion when it's like, this happened to them. What's this? You know what this is, and we the players know what this is, but the characters don't know what this is. So the responsibility would fall to Peyton to talk about it. So when you bring up Noen, you're just bringing it up like, here's a fact of what happened last week, as opposed to actually showing what Peyton is going through. Now, you don't have to have everything come from Peyton's perspective. If I can give you an example, there's a moment where Peyton looks like he's about to say something, but instead he takes a moment and seems to hold his breath, take his time. He then looks to Navander. I'm sorry. Look, I actually just got back from no one's place, and he's gone. Pause. Navander.
Gone? What do you mean by gone?
Holding up the signet ring, he says, "There's something wrong with the clones. His body, it wasn't right. It was falling apart. Bits and pieces, just everywhere. It was like he was doing everything he could to hold himself together." Now, notice how I'm not just dumping factoids. I'm waiting for them to prompt bits and pieces and then have that conversation for back and forth. Because I know the temptation is to just give everything you can because you want to get everyone up to speed. But
I am trying to work on that. Yeah.
No, it's fine. Yeah, like I said, it's fine. But that would be my advice: is don't necessarily feel obliged to give everything all at once, because then it's just a big text wall. But encourage that conversation because that's a lot more genuine, back and forth and stuff like that.
I do find myself always just trying to talk like a lot and just do it.
I know, but that's because we've talked about the fact that you're afraid of silence, and that's okay because like sometimes, and this goes PSA, silence is scary. Because we don't know if someone is going to respond. And if you don't know someone's going to respond, then it makes you feel stupid if you're just sitting there in silence. But the thing is quiet actually does set a lot of motion. And I think for me, at least, one of the things that really set silence as being a powerful tool is threatening people, right? What you don't say can often go a lot further than what you can say. It can add so much weight. Because rather than picking a tone, to say that you are speechless is still saying something, but it, still mars the presence of there being like a good dramatic moment here. So, deep breath on you and continue the conversation. But when you address someone, if you want to address someone specifically to get a response from someone, say their name. Or even just as a narrative, say, Peyton looks to Sindariel, or Peyton addresses Artemis, or he scratches his head before turning to Navander and says, whatever. These little additives will then let that player know, I want a response from you next. I want you to be able to talk to me next.
Yeah. And if I could add on something about the silence aspect as well, if I may, Dag. It's also really good for that emotional beat as well. It gives that chance for players to, and characters just to react visually to what's happening.
Okay.
And emphasizes emotional processing.
Exactly.
Okay. Is there like in the cell, is there like a bench of some sort, or is it just like a floor? With no chairs or anything.
I'd say that there are some benches like kind of chained to the wall, you know what I mean? Like they're just sort of it's like a drunk tank. It's kind of more for sitting, it's not for long-term staying or anything like that.
Okay, I think Peyton will end up picking himself up and sitting on the table, almost putting one leg over across the other knee, and just say, I started thinking of him as a brother or cousin. He told everyone cousin, but I didn't hate him as much as I used to. This is to everyone, sorry.
And it was definitely becoming loved in town.
Navander wouldn't really speak. He'd just kind of sit down next to Peyton and put his hand on his shoulder.
He told me that I asked him if there was a way to fix this. He said there was. But it involved great sacrifice.
Do I want to know what the sacrifice would be? I mean,
There memories.
than
You remember?
but then so my thing, the only one that we know now is Mesha's the last clone that we know of at least. But if her memories go, then it wouldn't be her anymore.
I don't plan on doing that to her.
Okay, so what do you
Remember,
want to do?
no one asked me to tell Misha that he left, that he loved her, but that he needed to leave the city. And yeah, I was asked to give her the signet ring. But he was in love with the Misha that died, not the Misha that's... So I don't know what to do.
Also, by the way, he didn't say to give the ring to Misha, because remember, that's how you use that power to turn into him.
You did say that at first. The power was decided after the game was done.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
We never mentioned the power on stream.
Don't give it away, because that's going to get your power.
Yeah. Oh.
Good.
We never mentioned that on
Smooth.
stream, so...
No one noticed.
Yeah.
It's great.
All right.
Okay.
At this point,
That
it
sounds-
dawns upon everyone that that while, of course, it is a terrible loss, there are more pressing matters at hand. That, of course, being your new warden, potentially, and how you are going to try and explain what's going to be happening. However, before too long, guards seem to come back in, and instead of going for you, they seem to go to a nearby cell, where you hear some whimpered and weak coughing. Father Xantus is dragged to his feet. Come on, you criminal scum! Please.
Sandero would immediately charge up to the bars, by the way.
Yep, cool. Clang! You grab onto the bars, and you can see Father Xantus. Father Xantus has been, let's say, roughed up. I mean, he hasn't been, like, tortured and beaten, you know what I mean? I mean, he's kind of just been thrown about a bit, like, they haven't been gentle with him.
Father!
Cinderio! He quickly makes a move to try and get himself closer to see you. As soon as this happens, the two Hell Knight guards grab onto his arms to hold him back.
What happened?
Well, nothing that I've never been through before. They think that I am the one responsible for killing Mr. Reagan. Father Reagan. They have been very thorough in their investigations.
Oh.
Why are you down here?
Oh, it's a long story. That isn't actually that long.
Good, I'm glad that we spent that time instead of you telling me what the fuck is going on, for you to tell me that it's a long story that isn't a short story. Well, I guess I've got to go now. Okay, sorry. I wish I could stay longer, but they're going to go and interrogate me now. Bye! Fucking...
Once
And
again, Nevada just shakes his head.
Yeah. If Peyton is actually up by the bars, they would probably kick him in the shins.
You get kicked in the shins. Sindariel, you do have something that you can say, because, you were the one who, kind of went to the forefront to try and engage with the scene before you were rudely interrupted and then had the scene taken from you.
I'm sorry.
Shut the fuck up.
All I said was what happened.
It's nothing. We're witnesses to other attacks, and they just want to make sure. That's all. You know what they're like, but we're not in trouble.
Okay, well, that is good to hear. Well, I hope that I can convince them that I am likewise quite innocent of this doing. My soul, it aches for poor Father Reagan. Look, I know he wasn't necessarily anyone's favorite when it came to this whole mess around replacing me. But I hope that you can find it in yourselves to perhaps find out who really did bring an end to the poor man's life.
Well, we tried. She gives a very questioning look to the two guards behind him, saying, "We did ask a reliable person to help look into it."
The guards don't care. Like these Hell Knights are just here to take.
Yeah, but obviously Sandero doesn't know that.
Yeah. But you can kind of see it in their face. You know, like you can see their expressions. Yeah. They're very much like, yep, whatever. Come on, prisoner, and they hoik him away. Father Xantus does make one last lunge to like grab Cinderio's hand, which is met with the rough side of one of their like sort of little cudgels that they have on the side as he bangs the bar. I mean, again, they bang the bar to scare him more than anything else. They don't actually hit an old man because, like there's no need for it.
Equally, if Cindero's hand was going to reach through, it's probably just cause her to jump back as well.
Yeah, he hands you something in particular, and you recognize it straight away. It is the key for the Sandpoint Cathedral. It's the master key. And then he, like gets escorted upwards.
Okay, she will make sure that's put in a very safe pocket and make sure Peyton does not know which pocket in case he tries to take it off of her.
Sure. Okay. Father Xantus goes up, and I'm going to say about 20 minutes or so pass before he's brought back down, mostly exhausted and nonverbal, but otherwise okay. You were all then invited up to the new room, wherein which, waiting for you, is Barbara. Barbara seems to be cleaning some tools on the table, a lot of them looking quite nasty. In that room as well appears to be a man who has sort of a bald head, tattoos that seem to sort of tell like this kind of weird demonic story over the back of his head. Very similar to the Red Wizards of Thay, if you are a Forgotten Realms fan, but obviously not a Thayan wizard. It's this is actually no, you don't even need to check for this. This individual is a Nidalese priest. Also a member of the Hell Knight Society and their chief interrogator. Their name is. Evander, why don't you give him a name? What's a name you'd call your chief interrogator?
Nidalese, huh? What if we go something like Yusuf?
Oh, Yusuf? I like that.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait, I just remembered. I have a book
hey!
with names. I didn't need to do this bullshit no more. All right, hey, Matt, roll me a d20.
I love rolling d20s.
He rolls Yusuf.
A 12.
A 12. Okay. Crocus and roll me another d20. Two. So Crocus Fang.
Ooh.
There you go. His name is Crocus Fang. All right. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, he is the Nidalese interrogator. He can torture, but it's not his only method of getting information. All right. Barbara, the scene is yours.
Please, take a seat. I trust you are aware that the more honest you are, the less likely we are to go to physical results. Hopefully, we can maintain a rather professional decorum during this questionnaire.
Why would
Okay.
people lie when they're being questioned?
How many chairs are there?
There's enough for one for each of you.
Okay, I was like, there's only one chair. Okay, I'll sit.
I'll sit.
Nevada will sit as well.
Yeah. Cinderella sits and looks obviously worried. Especially since how rather Santa's left.
Mm-hmm.
First, I want you to tell me your side of the story of what happened during the attack on the mayor.
Well, if it helps, I can tell you why we went there to begin with.
If you think it's
Sure.
important to the story, then yes.
Well, first we knew there was supposed to be a debate between the mayor and the perspective outside the temple, and she wasn't turning up, so we decided to go make sure nothing was wrong, or similar to the welfare check that question. When we got there, everything was locked up and no one was answering. But it didn't feel right. And when we heard a scream coming from inside, we had to go through one of the windows. And when we got up there, getting to her bedroom door, by the time we opened the door, I think Navander saw someone jump out the window while I went to help at the very slashed up wardrobe that Mir Denver was hiding in. While I was comforting her, everyone else gave chase. At which point she'll look over more at Peyton to continue for the chase side.
Evander ended up jumping out the window and chasing him on the back of his griffin, Maizu. He got to the attacker before I was able to jump out and follow. But he managed to get away.
I used some magic to help possibly scenario to approach and heal Nevander to allow us to continue pursuit of the assailant. And then I stayed back and tried to help with the mayor.
She nods. I'm sure you're aware that your reputation in Sandpoint is not stellar, let's say. There's been some cause, there's been some people saying that you have brought misfortune into Sandpoint itself. Is this attack the cause of your delving into what the locals are calling the pit?
Mm-mm.
Not as far as we know.
Very well.
Killer known as Jervis Stute was an old woodcutter who lived in the estate by the junk. Was it the junkyard? I forgot what that place is actually called.
Well, on what is now known as Chopper Isle.
Oh yeah, it's now known as Chopper Isle.
So this Jarvis Stoosh is your suspect for the murders. For the murders. We best find him then.
Well, his spirit, we think.
His spirit.
Jervis Stute was killed 20 years ago.
So you're saying that a ghost is running around attacking people?
Well, it was definitely a ghost when we've encountered it prior
we've had
to
it twice
this
now.
morning.
Was this the same ghost that attacked the man?
I think so. Navander was attacked by a murder of crows.
This is where
you see a smile, like you see the corner of her mouth twitch.
now. Obviously, Sandera wasn't for this. Do you want me to chip in for? I imagine that's where Navander would actually chip in the fact that this individual appeared more corporeal than a spirit this time.
Yeah, Navander. Oh no, Navander will speak up. It wasn't a ghost that attacked the mayor. It was a shrouded. It was a shrouded person, probably male. We found footprints. We followed up with a tanner who said the boots belonged to were rather expensive. Probably someone who is well traveled or someone who can afford the boots themselves. Barbara will then grab one of the spare chairs. She'll twist it around to face you and look at each one of you directly in the eyes. So is this ghost or is this man?
I'd say in this particular case it was a man. Since it left boot prints and ghosts don't tend to.
Crocus.
At this point in time, this individual will approach.
Nice.
Did we give you just enough time to create the money?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like literally just enough time. I just need his head tattoo, which is yeah, that'll do. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hiya.
Whoa.
All right.
Yeah, that looks like a crocus fang.
Right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Interrogator Crocus Fang. So yeah, you probably call him Interrogator Fang or whatever. He is a signifier and a Nidalese individual. Could you imagine if he's got like a voice like hi?
Hi.
Hi, oh my god, I'm so glad to be your torturer. Are we all feeling bonita? If we're not feeling bonita, I can get us all some margaritas. Yes, queen. Anyway.
You feel bonita? I feel bonita.
You finish talking, you just can hear a pin drop in the room.
Okay. No. He I don't want to make him German. Do I want to make him Russian?
Make him French.
Yeah, French do have good torturers. All right, I will do a French accent.
Yeah.
Yes, Capitan.
What do you think, interrogator?
All of them seem to have corroborating stories. This is not uncommon for those who work and operate in the same fashion. My concern only lies within the details of, well, the timing. You see, if of course we have been concerned about the presence of a extra supernatural entity, then why before has the church not taken more tangible actions in order to try and cleanse this culprit, especially when our lovely guests here have not only a priest among them, but also have the strongest ties to the current prisoner accused of murder. If this is the case, and the ghost was indeed deemed to be the culprit, then why before has this not been dealt with? And then why now so suddenly is the ghost no longer there, but a physical person? I believe my theory could support the idea that Monsieur Zentus has been working very, very diligently, not only with these individuals here, to create a image of being able to try and stop the murders, but to also allow the freedom for the actual culprit to operate without punity.
Yes, especially in conjunction with another new cleric finding up dead themselves.
Mais oui. The only thing that does not add up is the cleric which was found dead was not murdered in the same way, with the axe and the chopping. If indeed these individuals here were working with the entity, it would be a simple matter to use an axe to butcher the body and then claim that it was the work of the ghost. As of yet, I have not been able to find an answer to this particular mystery.
She nods. Care to explain?
Well, our best theory is Jarvis Stut's axe is acting as a anchor that's causing all this, and well, we've not been able to find it to destroy it in order to release the spirit back to Phrasma's Grace and everyone else. You're muted, Dag.
Are you intentionally holding on to the information regarding the Scarnettis at this point?
Sandero doesn't have proof.
Yes, but Titus did approach you saying that Khan was acting oddly, and that
And he did give us one of the Stutz things.
and he
that caused
gave you
Diggles
one of
to-
the suits thing. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
because
sorry.
I know that was a
Borrows
while
the
ago
thing.
as well, so I just wanted to kind of
Yeah.
flag that, because if you are concealing it, we'll make a deception check. If you're just not mentioning it at this point, like not hiding it or anything, then
Yeah.
we can wait till another point in the conversation to bring it up. So that's fine.
Yeah, I wasn't
This is-
actively hiding
Yeah,
it.
yeah, sure.
This is above table. I kind of forgot that we had found something, but I forgot that was Morrow that found it in the bush. And she's not currently here.
That was specifically for Reagan's murder, though.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I forgot what you were saying, Sonara. Could you?
The fact that we suspect the axe as being an anchor to Stoot's soul, but we've not been able to find it, basically.
This does match some of the reports that happen about hauntings being either tied to a place or an event. Do you happen to know what kind of object this ghost might have attached to?
Axe.
Well, either the axes or what remains of the carved Stoots that were left around town. I mean, I found a couple of them and tried to put them in a place where they were suitably worded. It's at that point in the show question. When we did get one, the ghost did appear almost straight away, which was a bit odd.
So you have already started acting to try to remove this spirit.
Well, of course, it was hurting people, killing people. Why wouldn't we try to act?
I do not believe they are lying. Though this does not answer or absolve the priest, at least for the time being, it seems as though they are speaking honestly. At this point, he actually kicks a also, well, I say kick. He kind of like flicks a stone in your direction. It's actually a stone with Zone of Truth cast on it, and so far it's just been glowing green, showing that you have actually not even attempted to lie yet. He shows it to Captain Barbara.
Barbara smiles. You can see her pointed teeth gleam. Well, since you have already taken steps to try to remove this spirit, it will make you the experts on what's happening, taking place. Would you have any? I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that a person is trying to use the spirit or manipulate the spirit to conduct some murders of their own. If we're looking at a physical person and a ghost, do you have any ideas who this person might be?
When we went and talked to the cobbler, he identified that the boot would be made of a very high quality and probably purchased from a neighboring town, as he doesn't make boots of that style or use that type of stitching in the sole. So that'd be someone from an affluent family that potentially could travel and spend the money on that quality of boot.
I imagine there's not many people like that here in Sandpoint, is there?
I'm not familiar with the well-to-do of the town. Sorry. So, but I would assume it wouldn't be that many people, as most people from up the commoners or below.
Oh no, screw it.
That's an unfortunate drop.
Yep, well, I hope it wasn't important. All right, keep going.
So, anyone who is more affluent than a commoner. Right. That would probably be any noble families. Who are the noble families in the town?
The list would be the Devrons, which you would know, the Scarnetti, which you would know, and the Kaijutsu, who are no longer really a presence in town since Amiko Kaijutsu, the previous owner of the Rusty Dragon Inn, found herself summoned to a higher calling, that of course being as Empress of Tianxia.
It'd be the Devrons, the Kaijutsu, which they're not really in town much anymore, and the Scarnettis.
Well, if Mayor Kendra Devon was the one who was attacked, and the Kaijutsu family is no longer within the town of Sandpoint, that leaves very likely one family to look into.
Really quick, Michael, what about the Valdemar?
Let's see. Who was the Valdemar? The Valdemar were.
I've got Valdemar Manor, Scarnetti Manor, Kaijutsu Manor, and the Devon Manor.
Sorry, 2 secs.
Yep. I just was looking at my list of the points on the map, and I saw the Valdemar, and I was like, oh yeah.
I don't recall the Valdemar being a thing.
They were number 40. No, they were number 47 on the map.
Yeah, but I can't remember off the top of my head if there are any Valdemar people left in Sandpoint.
Yeah. So is it just like an abandoned manor now?
What was the
I
number?
don't recall.
47. I think it's right across from Devon's. No, it's right across from.
Let me have a look.
Sorry.
GM map, Sandpoint.
48 Scarnetti's.
Valdemar Manor. Yep, okay, so Valdemar Manor has been all boarded up and has been so for years since old Ethram's death. But now and then people do say that there is a rumor of light shining between the boards of the windows. Maybe the Valdemars didn't move out, or maybe Ephraim's ghost is still haunting the place. Yep, but that's basically it.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's the Valdemars no longer are there.
Okay. So yeah, I guess I'd just name the 3 then.
If Mayor Kendra is the one who has been attacked, and the Kaijutsu family are no longer in any power here in Sandpoint, does the Scarnetti family you're talking about have any reason to have a what's the word
Grudge?
I'm looking for, Inquisitor?
Grudge?
Grudge, thank you. Against
Grudge.
the Devon family.
I mean, I don't really know. I mean, the Devon has been helping us, and the Scarnettis don't really like what we're doing, so. In fact, he tried to get a mob to get us or against us when we were trying to save Noalia.
Noalia?
The ghost that the townsfolk were rallied up against. According to reports, Nualia was formerly a member of the town who was killed after orchestrating a goblin raid against the town of Sandpoint. The so-called heroes of Sandpoint were able to defeat her, and her restless spirit was summoned by Father Xantus in order to try and appease the ghost. This was the first act of potential necromancy that was in the report against Father Xantus. It says here as well there was indeed a protest which fell upon deaf ears, which subsequently created the animosity between the church and the townsfolk when the enemy of the town was brought to bear without any consort of the of either the mayor or the other townspeople.
This is why we're needed here. There is no discipline in these outer borders.
Indeed. Captain. There is no order.
Right. Did the Scarnetti family ever? Did the Scarnetti family increase their disdain of you whilst you're investigating the this Jervis Stute individual?
Didn't looking to Cinderio, didn't they send a group down there with one of great, what was his name again? Sorry, there's a lot of Scarnettis.
That was
the son of Titus.
yeah.
Titus's son.
I got you. It
Karn Scarnetti.
No, Karn. It was Adamar. Adamar
Or
Scarnetti.
Adamar was the one they sent in the.
So Adamar,
okay.
Curtis Greed, Arica Averton, and Caleb Valdemar.
Yeah, they got sent down. They had a sponsor who sent them down, and because they believed we weren't getting the job done.
Sent them down where?
Into the pit.
You just said the pit wasn't relevant to this conversation of Jervis Stute.
And that wasn't to do with Stute. That was just they were worried that our dooms were impacting the town. It was it was the patriarch, the Titus, mentioned that he had concerns that one of his sons was collecting. I mean, it was Titus that gave us a little Stute that he'd found from one of his sons, and when we touched it, the ghost first appeared and, well, almost killed Mario as a response. That's the piece that we've put safely in the cemetery. He did say he was going to look out, see if there was any other things in his son's collection that might be problematic. That was a while ago, and we've not actually heard from him for a while. Come to think of it, that's a bit worrying.
So to clarify, you suspected that the Scarnetti family was behind the attacks. The leading member of the Scarnetti came up to you and said, "My son is having issues in relation to this attack. I will find out more information," and then you never got in contact since?
Well,
how long ago was this?
This was like
it was sometime
ago?
about 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Have you seen Titus since?
No, actually. Yeah, we didn't even see him at the rally.
You did not.
No. And obviously, in those days, I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but obviously, my head's been playing catch up because since that happened, obviously Reagan has died. Father Santis has.
We haven't seen him since then either. Not Titus, but.
I thought you were about to say Father Reagan. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can tell you why.
Yep.
Your two guesses and the first two don't count.
Yeah.
Reagan, damn it. Reagan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the interrogators, you can probably tell Cinderella's mentally trying to process it, and you can probably tell that she's at this point realizing just how information overload she's been playing on catch up, trying to just keep as many plates going at the temple as she's been able to, given everything that's happened in these 4 days. Clearly overworked and overstressed.
And how old does she look again, by the way?
Who's Cinderella?
Yeah.
She's 50 years for an elf, which is obviously like 18, 19 equivalent mental.
Barbara shakes her head. Can you believe that? Putting all that onto a young person, Inquisitor.
It is truly a sad sight, Captain.
I want a group of Hell Knights over at the Scarnetti Manor. I want to do a welfare check on Titus, if that's possible. Get eyes on him to make sure he's okay. If I had some covert agents to go into the house to investigate.
We unfortunately do not have any of the specialist troops with us, but we can definitely maintain the current watch we have. Of course, because the Kendra Deverin's home is still in the same vicinity, we already have men stationed there presently. At this point in time, a guard comes in. Terribly sorry to interrupt, Captain, but you're going to want to see this.
What's it about?
You have to see it. I'm sorry. He actually takes you upstairs.
Okay.
From the roof of the barracks, you can look out over the town in the harbor. He points where you can see a very, very large ship that seems to be pulling into the harbor. The ship, of course, belonging to the Scarnetti family, seems to be the site of much commotion that is happening in town. The ship is offloading something very, very large, which is currently being hoisted onto a strange and large sort of makeshift crane device, not onto the harbor, but across from the harbor at the Scarnetti home. Several of the Hell Knight guards are already kind of deployed and stationed in that area, but what seems to happen is they are dragging something large from below the water. In a few moments, you watch as they pull what looks to be a massive stone from the depths. It is covered in basically this seaweed and, some fish sort of fall off it and stuff like that. But it is like a boulder. A very pretty boulder, mind you, that shines almost like a gemstone with a very opalescent sort of array of colors, creating this very scintillating, waving kind of prismatic effect, like one would be looking at like a pearl or a seashell. The hubbub is obviously continuing as this large ovoid is like being dragged onto the up to the landing, which you have just decided should probably be more secure than it currently is.
Guardsman?
Yes, Captain.
Release the adventurers that we have. Send them loose. I want to see what they do.
Right away. The only one in manacles is Peyton, so he walks over and undoes your manacles.
Thank you.
The Scarnettis are currently bringing something in from the water. I don't have any covert agents to go see what it is, and I don't have any covert agents to go inside their house. I need people to determine what's going on, if the Scarnettis are behind this or not. These recent attacks. You'll answer to me on a weekly basis, and if I find that you are not conducting yourselves in the highest regard, you'll find yourselves with permanent lodgings here in the barracks. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
See, you can be good when I ask you to be.
Interrogator Fang sort of whispers something into your ear, just to kind of like.
Yeah. Oh, did you whisper it to me?
Yeah, no, it's to move you fucking along from the scene, like.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. And now I excuse myself from the scene.
Yeah. Excuse myself.
Excellent, cool. And then Barbara will, and then the interrogator also leaves. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yes, you were playing two characters, Matt.
Yeah.
Okay, well done. I'm gonna give Matt a hero point because well done. That was fucking awesome.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, you did really good.
Yay!
I love Hell Knights.
Okay,
so good.
All right, with the interrogation over and a quest now given, our heroes have been asked to go and investigate the Scarnettis to the south. A welfare check and the like will serve at least as some measure of cover for you guys to infiltrate. But of course, we have 3 things to look at. 1, do you investigate the boat? 2, do you investigate the object which is being risen from the boat to the cliffside landing above, which I believe you can kind of see over here-ish. There we go. So basically they've parked the boat across from the harbor, and they're using a crane to like bring it up here, right? So are you going to be up the top investigating where the crane is, where the ship is, or are you going to go to the Scarnetti Manor with the welfare check and the like?
Now, knowing the Scarnettis, is it fair to say that if they're getting a big shipment like that, then most likely they're personally overseeing it? Just from what we know about them in town.
To be perfectly honest, I don't think you know that much about them.
Okay.
Their general business going on isn't exactly part of the like well-known stuff.
I was just thinking if it was a big shipment like that, there might be stories about them. Anytime there's always a big crowd up in the top type thing. But
If there are stories, then likely they're being told presently, not while they're in the barracks.
okay.
I don't know about you guys, but Evander wants to go lick that rock.
I believe we should check out the.
And it's like, it could be a salt rock.
Sorry, Varian, I missed what you said.
Sorry.
I said I believe we should probably go and visit the dock as well, because the Hell Knights were going to go also take a look in the Scarnettis and doing a double check when
That's true, yeah.
so going down to the docks. Yeah, I think our attention is required dockside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay, so dockside?
Mhm.
So dockside is over here, correct?
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, cool, just checking. Cool. All right, fantastic. All right, you begin to make your way over to the docks. There's of course a crowd already formed. One person of which that you recognize that happens to be there already is none other than the postmaster, Granlog Irongrog, the former pirate you had saved from a ritualistic sacrifice, who has both of his legs missing and his eye. His eye's missing as well.
Hmm. He loses a thing every time we find him.
No, he always had these things missing. Anyway, as you show up, he says, "There be an ill omen flowing over the sea here today. I feel it like the breath of the siren." Oh, hello, everyone.
Hello.
What manner of business brings ye here? I feel like most of the time when you make your way into any kind of area, trouble is sure to follow like a bad wind.
This time we're the ones that are following the trouble.
Ah, so you
Evander
sense it
points over.
too. You feel it in your bones, do you, laddie? You feel that there's something not quite right about the stone dredge from the depths.
Yeah, that. And I just kind of want to. Oh, I have an odd feeling.
It's more than a feeling. More than a feeling.
Oh, I really just did that in my head.
More than a feeling.
I was also immediately going through his cyclopean nature, a large green mass. How close to relay did they get?
I can imagine Westonson in like some room looking over this giant boulder, stroking his own orb. Yes, bring it out from the depths.
As he's got the head of the bullet in his shed now.
I'd be more
Oh,
worried
he
about
is
this
Norm,
with
but-
two, one.
He is the best thing, our next best thing to a Palantir, whispering to him. It's great.
Cinderio?
I just said it'd be crazy if Weston did the two stones had become one.
Okay. So from where you can see across the docks, you can see, of course, the stone is now being lifted. It is airborne, and there's like this turnstile that's like at the very, very top that you've got like 8 or 10, kind of very, very strong sailors kind of went winding it to like sort of wrench it up through the pulley system bit by bit as they make their way around. Yeah, it's just again, you've never seen anything like it before. It's probably about maybe 10-15 foot tall and about 5 foot wide, maybe a little bit bigger, 7.5 foot, kind of thing. And yeah, it's almost hypnotic as the light catches it to create these like rippling patterns. It looks like, even though it is now out of the water, it looks like it is still submerged and it's still wet.
We gotta find out what that is.
They did ask us to investigate that as well, right?
Well,
Okay.
if you be wanting to find out information, the best people to talk are the ones who manage the deck. I can lend you a vessel to take it over there and make your way upon the boat, if you desire. But it'll come at a terrible price.
Yeah,
I hand him 5 gold.
G9.
Well, no, that wasn't going to be that terrible, but I'll take the 5 gold. All right, there you go. Brilliant! He takes the gold and gives you his paddles, and you now have a boat.
Easiest 5 gold of my life.
Yeah, I was only going to charge 2 silver.
Silver. 2 silver's not a terrible price.
It is for a dinghy.
It's a broken down
A
hole
dinghy,
in it,
a dinghy, you've got to paddle yourself.
We gotta put corks in it to keep it from
across
sinking.
and start sinking.
Damn it, that was a terrible price. Son of a bitch.
We're over.
There's a 2-person dinghy, not 1 for 4.
All right. Well, after taking his goods, what's really funny as well is if it wasn't his dinghy, he just runs off. All right. So
He's not actually the dwarf. He's just someone pretending to be the dwarf.
All right.
15 minutes later, we're back in the cell.
So you stole a dinghy. Okay. So as you paddle across to the ship, you can definitely see there's like the ladders and stuff like that to get on board the vessel. There you can hear the sounds of the workers shouting, "All right, steady, steady. All right, slow it down. Wind coming in from the south. Adjust angle. Adjust angle. Hold." And you can see that they're just like kind of like, again, coordinating so that the wind doesn't sway the rig so that it smashes on the rocks or anything like that. There's about I don't know, let's say 12 people, give or take, like just aboard the ship here.
I'm gonna look for the captain.
All right.
Are we just gonna call out, or are we gonna jump on board, or?
I mean, technically, we do need their permission to get on. Isn't that how it works? And if they don't, then we can say that we can tell the Hell Knights that they refused to cooperate.
I think you're relying too much on the Hell Knights, Peyton. Do you really think they're going to take responsibility for anything we've done?
Anything also that bad happens, then we're going to also get in trouble for that.
Oh, Peyton,
It
my
seems
young
like
naive friend.
Let's take a moment. Hey Neil, do you remember that conversation I said about trying to outsmart the world and me always winning that?
Oh,
this is you trying to, as a player, leverage the world to punish the world, but both of those things are me.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You know that, right? No, I know, but it is what you're doing, and this is kind of what we talk about before.
Okay.
This is why Peyton ends up in a lot of trouble, because you're doing shit to the things that are happening instead of asking questions. So, for example, let me ask you this. Peyton, as a character, is he trying to get the Hell Knights into trouble? Is that an active thing he's doing? Is Peyton trying to make the Hell Knights, and I say make as in force the Hell Knights to take responsibility for Peyton's actions?
I mean, no, but
then don't
Peyton
do it.
just doesn't want to get in trouble with the Hell Knights.
Oh, sure. Peyton doesn't want to get in trouble with the Hell Knights, then don't do the things that would get you in trouble. Don't twist it around to try and make it so if I get in trouble, I'm also going to take out the Hell Knights, right? Because that's you
Right.
trying to, and I don't mean this in like it sounds assholic, right? But it's like it's trying to be smart, right?
Yeah.
It's like don't try to be smart with your character, just be
Man,
your
I can't
character, be
do-
who they are, right? It's because it's not. No, you can. You just need practice, and you need to be called out when you try to pull that bullshit. Because it is. It's just bullshit. It's not even what your character's like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just you, Neil, trying to leverage an advantage that doesn't exist, but accidentally getting yourself in more trouble. So, Navander is correct on this. There is no reason why Peyton would do this or associate yourself with the Hell Knights. You guys are not a member of the Hell Knights, and if you use the Hell Knights name in any way, shape, or form to make what you do official, everyone here as characters would know that would land you in hot water. Because it's like impersonating the police, Now, I would say this. You do have some...
I did say Peyton was going to, say that they were asked to investigate, but...
which is a lie.
Yeah.
Because, But here's the thing. You do have some authority, because remembering that you guys are still, investigating a ton of different things as well, plus Sandpoint prior to the Hell Knights showing up had a militia, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means there wasn't an official guard, but these were just townsfolk. These were people who were protecting each other. So it's not so stringent like it would be in the big city where, you show me your papers, give me your authorizations, Everyone knows each other. If you go to talk to the captain, you will know who the captain is, likely because they are a member of the town, right? And you've lived here your whole life, right? So that's kind of how
I probably would have seen them at the Hagfish.
Exactly, 100%. So lean on. So this is what I'm saying. Lean on those aspects of Peyton before you lean on the preparing to fail Peyton. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. So looking around, sure enough, you can see the captain of the vessel, who is basically he's not. The bosun is the one who is dictating the crane. The captain is coordinating the ledgers for all of the materials that have been brought up on the ship as well. Yeah?
Okay. If I were to know him, what would his name be?
Good question. Roll me a D20.
I would just call him up by name, so... 3.
3. Okay. His name is... Zed. Z-E-D. His name is Zed. And roll me another D20, please, Sandariel.
19.
He's friendly, but he has a habit of becoming jealous at what other people have. And Avarian, roll me another D20.
17.
He wears brightly colored paint and makeup. So yeah, I imagine this person is traditionally like a spice, silk, and trade merchant as a captain for the most part. He doesn't really do salvaging thing. He's not like a heart, salt of the sea kind of character. He's more of like a well-off merchant. As you call out to Zed, Zed says, "Peyton, my boy, whoa, what are you doing here? I didn't realize you'd booked a trip with us."
Hello. It's good to see you again, Zed. Captain Zed.
And you as well. And it's captain on the vessel. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, I've corrected myself. My bad. We have been helping out the town, and we were just curious on what you were bringing in. I thought you were a trade merchant.
Oh, I am, of course. But well, the oddest thing happened. What? Yeah, I mean, I would tell you if you didn't. You keep interrupting me. Yeah,
my bad. You know me.
I do. Yep. Nope. Absolutely. Apparently. As I was saying, the oddest thing happened on our way into town. You see, a large explosion of water burst out from the horizon, As it did so, it shone with a very strange light that we thought maybe we should investigate. When we went there, we saw something shining beneath the water just off the shoals, and, well, curiosity got the better of me, and when we found out what it was, well, turns out it was this massive stone. We managed to attach some anchors to it. Oh, sorry, some anchors, some whatever grapples to it, and managed to get it back into the harbor. But then realized, well, I don't really have anyone to sell this to, so I sent a missive to the Scarnetti family, and they graciously offered me quite a tidy sum for it. Quite a tidy sum indeed.
I turned to the group really quick and I just kind of say, do you think Crystal would buy it?
Amanda looks at Artemis, looks back at Peyton. You're going to have to explain this one to me, bud. What's your reasoning behind this?
Well, I mean, and I look at Artemis and be like, oh, right. Well, she has a lot of money, so I thought maybe she would like it. But she also really likes money, I thought.
Well,
No, I forgot. Some dragons like tail. Not dragons. Some people really liked tails. But I thought a lot of them liked money and stuff.
okay.
For those of you in the audience who have no idea what the fuck is going on.
I was about to help
I'm
with
trying
that.
to avoid because Artemis doesn't know.
No, because remembering, and again, this is, I feel like I've given so many PSAs today.
I know.
PSA, do not treat the stream as if people know what's going on in your head. There are people who may have just joined in for the very, very first time in this moment, right now, this very second. And if you use a lot of language that implies things and is sneaky or behind, things,
I guess
then
I
you're
could have explained it out of character to the audience.
Correct. Very important to include them on this journey. So, for example, as Peyton takes a moment to consider this large and very valuable object, he then remembers the fortune dragon who resides in the town, a creature known as Crystal, who is currently taking on the identity of the Rusty Dragon Inn's waitress. Thinking or wondering if the fortune dragon would be interested in such a very expensive trinket, Peyton then turns over to Navander and asks if they think that Crystal would buy something like this. The why is now the important question as to why you would inquire this. What is Peyton's goal? What is Peyton trying to do with this?
With everything going on, this, the Scarnetti is basically hoarding everything.
So you just want to try and sabotage the Scarnettis for owning things?
Well, until
I'm listening.
I don't know. Until we find the thing we're looking for, if the Scarnettis have, the object, the axe that we're looking for, them gaining more material value for to show off might just hide more of the stuff that they, what they're trying to actually hide.
Hide as in, they'd put the axe behind the giant, stone?
Yeah. Or,
so you are aware this would happen if they bought a cupboard, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I get what you're saying, Neil, but again, you're still doing that thing where you're trying to Neil, because again,
sorry.
No, don't apologize. No, just keep it in mind, nothing to apologize for, right?
Right.
The important bit is to take that moment to just look at the thing that we're doing here, because what we're doing is I want to understand what you're doing so that I'm not
trying to break the world or anything. I'm just trying to.
It's not breaking the world. It's you're trying to leverage an advantage, and listen to the words I'm saying. You're trying to leverage an advantage before a problem has been made. Thus, the only way for me to validate you trying to leverage that is by creating the problem you're trying to solve before any problem has occurred. So what you're doing through this is you're creating the need for
Okay.
me to validate what you're doing by creating these problems. Make sense? That's why it's important to explain what you're doing or to not do these things to try and leverage that, because otherwise my only response is to like do that. And I might not have anything to do with this object. I might just be like, cool, it goes into the front lawn and that's the end of it.
Okay,
But
so
now this whole,
explain before
you know,
I say, basically.
Yeah.
Not
no,
like for everything.
no,
but
no.
like-
It's just sometimes shit just can exist. You don't need to, interacting with something might just be looking at it and going, wow, that's a thing. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to use it as a tool to try and leverage an advantage. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if Peyton didn't want these Garnettis personally to have this, mentioning it to Crystal is good, because Garnettis did not pay their debt to Crystal.
Correct.
She
And
might take that as part of her debt.
Yeah, and if this is a part of Sandpoint, this would go into paying that debt to Crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, again, this is what I mean when we talk about it and we discuss it. Then you can figure out those ways and those methods that can work out, to that. So it's not that the ideas are bad. It's not that you're doing anything wrong here. It's you're with a team. Work with your team, and you guys can do amazing things. So yes, let's go back to that. So Crystal definitely has a debt from the town of Sandpoint, which is one of the reasons why she's here. She's just enjoying life and enjoying things in the town that they had invested in. The Scarnettis now have a very, very big thing of wealth, which you're fairly sure that by this stage, Crystal will likely know about. But as to if you want to bring that to her attention and you want to suggest that she maybe take it for herself, that's fine too. But then, of course, we have like a bunch of different other things that'll go on. Like, for example, if I can make a suggestion, if you were to follow this road, how does it leverage an advantage for you? You go to Crystal, tell her, hey, what do you think of this object? If she decides to say, you know what, you've convinced me. Yeah, I'll take that object as well. You can go and represent me to the Scarnettis. You go negotiate with the Scarnettis to get the crystal handed over. You have now gained access to the Scarnetti facilities and stuff. Or, negotiate on their behalf. So it's not about the crystal itself. It's about being able to create a reason to go and interact with them.
Yeah, we become the brokers of the exchange.
Yeah, and I forgot because it's been a while. Do the Scarnettis know she's a dragon?
Yes. Well, sorry. They don't know Crystal specifically as a dragon. They know the Fortune Dragon is somewhere in town or somewhere nearby, and is because remember, I think the lasting rumor is that she lives below the fountain in a cave somewhere. Is that correct?
I thought it was the glass factory.
Oh, the glassworks. Yes.
Yeah. Did he say glassworks?
Yeah,
one of the families.
Yep. So that's the current thing. Is there's a dragon in the glassworks? Is the persistent rumor anyway?
Mm-hmm.
So shall we take it back to Nevanda, looking at Artemis, and then back to Peyton? Why?
Well, I mean, part of me doesn't want the Scarnettis gaining any more material value, because if they decide to hide the axe, if they do have it, then they might be able to. But they could just hide it in general if they wanted to, I guess. But I don't know. I guess I kind of just want to win one over on the Scarnettis.
I'm glad you're honest with yourself. That makes me happy.
So, while we're standing there having a conversation, Artemis will pull a pair of glasses out of his robe and cast Detect Magic and look at the thing being offloaded.
It is not magical.
Okay.
Evander looks jealously at Artemis' sight-based detect magic.
You and your eyes.
Imagine being able to see magic.
I'm not sure what advantage or disadvantage the Scarnettis getting this particular piece might be. It's a curiosity at best. However, if we talk to your friend, that you mentioned, this crystal person who might be interested in purchasing it, it would give us a reason to visit the Scarnettis and possibly gain access to the abode.
Ooh.
If we brokered the deal between the two. I mean, a legitimate reason for being there, as opposed to just showing up.
Yeah.
I like the way your mind thinks, Optimus. Has the captain been paid fully yet?
Yes.
Oh, well, you know. So that means wealth goes into Sandpoint, and then we take that wealth. Well, we take something from. So, Scarnetti would have put wealth into Sandpoint, and then we take the thing that Scarnetti's had bought. It's 2-for-1 job. I like it.
Okay. You make your way to the tavern. As you do so, the tavern is reasonably quiet, and it is not long before Crystal, a rather attractive-looking woman, makes their way towards your table.
Hello, Crystal.
Oh, hi. It's so good to see you all. Can I get you anything? We've just we've just started our lunch menu, so if you wanted breakfast, I mean, maybe I could scrounge you a few things here and there, but if you're here for lunch...
Yeah, I'll take a... Oh, go ahead.
Do you happen to have any of the sweet bread you had yesterday? A slice of that with some butter and mint water would be great.
She jots down the notes from a notepad in her apron.
Can I get a Sandpoint cheese steak?
Mm-hmm. Yep, she writes that down.
Could I get a mute button?
Muted, Matt.
Justin, it's been a bit of a day already. I know it's the second time I'm here, but it's good here. Another ale would be fantastic.
Of course.
Yeah, Sandero will just ask for a coffee to try and keep her mental faculties going.
Yeah, I can do that. And yep, she says, "All right, I'll be back in a second." She goes off, and you can hear the cooks, working in the back and the like. Eventually, she returns with all of your orders, and says, "All right, well, if you need anything else, just don't hesitate to let me know."
Yeah, we actually. Yes. Yeah. No, sorry, Artemis. Go ahead.
See, I was led to believe by one of my companions here. You collect things of esoteric nature.
Well, I don't want to brag, but I do dabble in a few rare odds and ends.
So, we happen to be down by the docks and noticed that a ship chartered by the Scarnettis were offloading a piece of obscura, fascinating stone. And my friend Peyton here thought that you might be interested in acquiring it. Possibly from the Scarnettis. Well, has to be from the Scarnettis. They bought it already.
Well, Skynetties clearly have wealth that they haven't been forefront with. I've heard about the big rock that they've been bringing up from the sea. I mean, it's not really the kind of thing that I've gone for in the past.
We got a good look up next to it. It was shining near the top. Like, or what? How much did it shine again? Like, was it just kind of like near the tip of it on the top kind of rock, or was it the whole thing?
It looked like it had. It looked like from its top, even as it has been out of the water for a little bit, it looked like it had just freshly been out of the water.
And of course, if this is all about getting your debt from the Scarnettis, if we've got a reason to potentially broker a deal for you,
like Artemis' face.
then likely we could justify making sure it's there and presented, and well, that means we potentially see the other items in their collection that you might want to buy as well, or acquire.
I think it would be good to perhaps keep an eye on what the Scarnettis do have, and maybe what they've been holding back on these last few weeks. I think since she arrived.
There is something that they might have that we are looking for, but they might not have it though. We're trying to look for an axe that might be in their collection.
Why would we mention this to her?
I don't know. I just
yeah. Sorry, this is me as a player asking Neil.
Yeah, this is me as a DM also wondering from.
I know. I don't know. I just talked.
Neil, I'm gonna ask you to do me a favor. I know. No. I'm gonna ask you to do me a favor. I know we've had a little bit of thing. We are coming close to the end of today's session. And I do want to go a little bit further, but I'm gonna ask. Can you take a quick moment to go grab a drink of water, come back, refresh?
Because I feel water back here. So
yes, go have a drink. Just yeah. Because I get it. All right. So.
There we go.
As she says, well, like I said, I don't really have too much interest in this rock per se, but if they have been concealing funds that they could be using in order to pay me, then I trust your judgment. Sure. Go speak to the Scarnetti on my behalf, and again, let them know that that the debt that they owe is still very much my top priority. If they cause any resistance, just say that I'm more than happy to deal with them personally if that's what they would prefer.
Did she give us her draconic name when she was in dragon form?
I don't remember.
Did she introduce her name to everyone, or did she just say, "I am the treasure dragon"? Rah!
I want to say I think her name was Crystal, wasn't it?
It was Venesiar Kamin. Or Kamin. It's like VENISIAR, KMIN in parentheses, and then Crystal.
Okay.
If you can post that in the chat, that would be fantastic. Imagine.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Because we don't want to rock up to this guy and he's like, "Oh yeah, you know Crystal?
Oh yeah.
Back at the Rusty Dragon, you're the one who does the serving. Yeah, she
I'm actually going to throw it into Twitch chat, so Twitch chat knows because I found it in my notes as well.
Amazing.
We both did.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see you did. I was typing it while I was looking, and then I saw you did it as I hit enter.
Okay. Okay. So, with that being said, you take yourselves across the pond in order to go and talk to the Scarnettis, yeah?
Yes.
All right. The Nobleman District, you recognize, has always been a kind of a place of like elitism, like everyone's been very quiet, very kind of like proper and stuff like that. But the commotion here has up until this point been unheard of. There's so many guards here, the Hell Knights, the workers who are helping bring this large stone and transport it to the Scarnetti's place. Eventually you see on the front lawn, there is what looks to be the caretaker of the Scarnetti Manor, a man by the name of Ulwin. Not Ulwin, sorry, different character. Let's go with Mazias. A relatively elderly man who you know is the groundskeeper and the caretaker. He is instructing these individuals to, put the new, very, very large, very, very beautiful stone in the center of the garden where the gardener and the house staff may begin to work around it in order to make a brilliant sculpture for it.
Hey, Osmus.
Mm-hmm.
You're relatively unknown by the Scarnettis. Would you maybe like to take point in this?
Why do you want to be unknown?
The reason being is that the Scarnettis don't have a great relationship with the us three. But if you were to take point in it, maybe it would seem less.
But you're here
aggressive.
representing the dragon that you're supposed to be representing.
Yes, but I think it might come from a relatively unknown person.
So a complete stranger comes up and says, "Hey, I'm here to discuss business, of a massive, wealthy variety."
Well, maybe less hostile to us than to him.
In relation to a dragon that we've already spoken to this
Yeah,
on behalf of in the past.
Yeah, you guys are the representatives of the dragon, not some rando stranger. That's what I more mean. Like, they still don't like you, but you are the official. You are the official representatives here.
All right, I misunderstood. Thank you for clearing that up.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
If that's the case, then Nevada will probably spend the time on the way up filling Artemis in with who Crystal really is and what's her gain in Sandpoint.
Just outing her secret identity? Fucking rude.
Well, he has to know who he's dealing with.
And to the Pathfinder Society? That's what he said he was from.
I've said it from
Pathfinder Society. Oh, right.
I've said I've been from 4 places now. 4 different places.
I think I'll rephrase. Nevanda will probably fill Artemis in, stating that she is like a collector. She's secretly wealthy. She has a vast amount of resources available to her. But she's basically like a secret, like a secret noble, a noble out in the world doing stuff.
Dag.
Mm-hmm.
Being a character that speaks Draconic, would I recognize the name that they have mentioned as being a Draconic name?
It's a Draconic name.
Okay. I smile. Of course. Wealthy individual. In secret. Yes.
I mean, again, non-dragons can have Draconic names.
Mm-hmm.
To be clear. All right. Well, what do you guys do?
I walk up the door and knock.
The groundskeeper who is in front of the door is, talking to the people out in the field, the guy who I bothered to set the scene for and stuff like that. He stops and turns around and sees someone banging on the door behind him, and he goes, I'm terribly sorry. Can I be of some assistance?
Oh, yes. We were sent here on behalf of Alfred. Where's Batman? I mean, sorry. Sent here on behalf of vested interested party, individual by the name of Kenasar Kim, who is possibly interested in procuring the stone recently acquired by the family. Hi, I'm Artemis.
I'm sorry, but you're going to have to speak about 10 times slower and make your intentions far more clear. The names and the places and the things that you have said in the order in which you have presented them make very little sense. How about we begin with, do you have an appointment?
No.
Well then, to whom do you have business within the estate?
Oh, I turned to Commander. Who am I talking to here?
We're looking for Titus Scarnetti, probably.
Master Scarnetti is presently unavailable for guests.
Then I would like to make an appointment.
Very well. What is the nature of Sir's business?
We are representing a third party, a Kenessar kin, I think, of the acquisition of the large shiny rock that you recently acquired down by the docks.
Third party acquisition of latest purchase. All right. Anything further?
I think that's why we're here. Yes.
Wonderful,
No.
wonderful. According to Mr. Scarnetti's schedule, he will be available in 12 weeks. Shall I pencil you in for a 10 a.m.?
Yes.
Very good, sir. He jots down some notes down.
Is Master Scarnetti available to have a conversation with?
The young Master Scarnetti is indeed in. However, I believe that the matters of the estate and finances are presently falling to the duty role of Master Titus and, of course, myself as well.
So, I'm guessing he was writing down an appointment schedule in a little diary that he actually had on his person?
Correct.
But when he was flipping through, granted this would be upside down and everything else, would we have seen enough of the pages to see whether it was actually filled with something or whether it was just flipping?
Oh, definitely filled with stuff. Yeah. It's the official thing.
Yeah.
Maybe a perception check. We'll see how much detail you can get from it.
Yeah. So I also realised that's probably the only proper roll I've actually done. Other than the random stuff. Perception.
Dang.
30.
Wow. Okay, so you recognize that though it is a schedule, at some point or another, schedules for Titus Scarnetti are abandoned. Like, there's no Titus Scarnetti appointments. Only Con Scarnetti has appointments after a certain point.
That's not too good.
No, obviously Cinderella isn't going to mention that until we're away from Scarnetti grounds. But she will share it to the group when we vacate this area.
Okay. Well, very good, sir. If that is all, then I'm afraid there's much to be done still on the estate.
I appreciate you giving the moment to chat with us. I'll extend my hand again to shake his.
Of course, sir.
What a pleasant old man.
I'm gonna rewind this a little bit because I feel like you all had such plans and they haven't gone well just because this polite old man said no. I the greatest threat known to man, manners. So number one is you asked to see Karn Scarnetti in regards to the issues surrounding the money and stuff. This old man said that in the absence of Titus Scarnetti, financial decisions and stuff come to his table. That's something to clock onto. Secondly, is he has mentioned that Karn Scarnetti is here, but hasn't mentioned like where he is or what he's doing and stuff. There's still a lot of stuff to potentially investigate. Even though you can't talk to Titus right now, you may be able to negotiate some things with Matthias.
Fine.
What kind of shoes are Matthias wearing?
They're pretty sizable and very, very neat, but they don't seem to match the type of shoe print you're looking for.
Sweet, that's checking.
Yeah, they're very uniform.
Yeah.
Well, if Titus is unavailable and you're the one that's in charge of financial decisions at the moment, maybe we can have a chat with you.
He flicks open the clock from his pocket, has a look at it, and sees the work that's happening. He says, "Very well, sir. I'm sure I could spare 15 minutes to hear about your third party's proposal for the acquisition of the stone. It would also save me a great deal of time and work expense if I can resolve this quickly." He raises a hand, and you can see some of the workers suddenly switch gears a little bit. "Perhaps we can discuss more in the drawing room, sirs and madam." He allows you in, and as you enter the Scarnetti Manor, which you've been to once or twice before, again, still opulent, very, very lavish and the like, he takes you to the drawing room. Here, something has changed. A large bookshelf that was once laden with books and the like is now at about maybe a third of the content just gone, just missing altogether. You can also see that the portrait of Titus Garnetti is now gone, not replaced, just missing from over the fireplace. And obviously the stute that you saw on the mantelpiece before is now gone because Titus gave it to you guys, I believe.
Yep, and it's now in the cemetery.
Correct, yeah. Now, of course, where are my manners? He claps his hands together, and some other waiters come in with, some small snacks and some tea. Now, tell me, what does this, acquisition entail?
It is the acquirement of that large stone and any other large pieces to fulfill your debt, of course.
And what debt, pray, would that be?
The debt to the treasure dragon.
Ah, yes. I am acutely aware of the matters in question. Well, the arrangement has already been fulfilled. Every month, a stipend is being provided as per normal.
The dragon believes that a bulk payment might help pay off that debt, and the stone could be could make up some of those stipends.
I see.
As well as any other artifacts that you may possess, any other artwork or artifacts you may possess.
Well, this was indeed not part of the original arrangement, but I'm sure we could find a negotiable middle ground to find ourselves in. Apart from the stone, is there any other particular items that our mutual friend claims that they might have their eye on? It would simply save me a lot of time, rather than cataloguing the vaults of the Scarnetti treasury, if I knew if there were something that caught their eye in particular.
Is he trying to get rid of everything? Does it sound like he's just...
No, it sounds like they have a lot. Yeah, it sounds. Oh, yeah. It sounds like they've got a lot of money and a lot of things. And to say that, oh yeah, open up your vault and let us pick around is probably not the thing the butler's doing.
Yeah. I guess the other way to think of it is they've built up so much historical wealth, they don't have a ledger for what's in there. Is there possibly the other way to think of it?
And also keeping in mind the Scarnettis are a criminal organization, so they've probably stolen a ton of stuff.
Yeah, so it's not on a ledger to begin with.
Above the table, would this be a good time to maybe mention an axe? Or
you could potentially talk about magical weaponry.
Is that something we could do?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think it'd be safe to do it here.
Yeah. Well,
especially now that Scarnetti's not here and his butler, this could be exactly what we need to talk.
Well, objects of magical significance would also objects of magical significance might also be good for them. Maybe magical weapons, if you have a list of
Mm.
those, or any significant magical weapons that you may possess.
Of course, sir. I'm sure I can make a list. In the meantime, while I get some of the particulars in order, please enjoy some rest and respite here. I'm sure in a matter of time we will have all of this matter resolved. Now, of course, to be blunt, we will not be able to accrue the full amount immediately, but I'm sure we can make an advanced payment out of a good nature.
Yes.
He bows to you and gestures to some of the servants to sort of come in and sort of, again, put out some more food and stuff as he gets up and he walks off. This man walks with a good, very confident decorum the entire time, and he leaves you alone in the reading room.
Yeah, like one of us should have gone with him.
Oh, Aristiel, help me. It's so much easier just to buy chickens and seeds.
I will pull up my glasses again and cast Detect Magic as I'm looking around the room.
A few of the books do possess a little minor amounts of magic here and there. There's magic on the chandeliers with the ever-burning torch that is activated by a simple clap. You can also see that there are a few small minor magics that seem to come from what look to be the bearskin rug that is before the fireplace. If you had to guess, you'd say it's probably some kind of security system.
As I walk
sorry.
by Vanderall.
Yep. Keep talking among yourselves. I'll be right back. I got the front door.
Yep. There appears to be some minor magics. Don't go near the bearskin rug.
Do you mean the one next to my foot?
Yes. I mean, go ahead and step on it. We can
I slide my foot away from it.
No, I'm good. We also noticed that they've lost a lot of tomes from their collection. It's I hate to see a library broken up, but that and the few empty spots littered about kind of imply that they're losing money.
Also, did anyone else notice his Titus's picture gone?
No, I've never been here before, but I did notice it's missing from above the mantle. There's a picture missing.
Well,
Something's weird's going on.
I mean,
Unless they're renovating.
I mean, the other thing to note is his diary implied that Titus wasn't just not available; he's just gone.
So he was gone?
Oh. You think maybe he got ostracized? You did say that he helped you previously, so maybe the son is getting rid of him.
Did he? How you found out? Ugh.
Maybe he asked the wrong question. And
maybe he wasn't so secretive of picking up the object you asked him to grab and was noticed.
And of course, if you said that appears to be like a security thing, it makes you wonder if there's
you would think
something
that
underneath it.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Because I mean, why would you put a security thing on a rug just in the middle of the room? Because
well, the ever-trapping rug is a good way of stopping someone from leaving.
I've got such a bad feeling about this.
Oh, really? I thought the butler was quite pleasant.
So
I
what's
just
the
like
plan?
this is Centurial and Evander, like, do we see if there's anything under it? We could call it an accident. I just bumped into it.
Under the
rug.
Under the rug. You mean the thing that's likely
The trapped
some
rug?
Sort of... I mean, sure, if you'd like to.
Because Artemis said it was trapped.
Artemis said it was magic.
Peyton?
Oh,
I mentioned one possible object it could be, but before you go toying with unknown magics, can I try something?
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say I'm kind of used to this thing, but yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to attempt to dispel magic on the rug to suspend its magic for 10 minutes.
Sure, not a problem. The
Ooh.
magic on the rug is indeed suspended.
I check underneath the rug. Is there a trapdoor or a hidden safe or
Oh my
something
god.
on the floor?
Darkness, no.
There is indeed.
Ah.
I will roll up the rug.
Okay. As you roll up the rug, you can reveal what looks to be a stairwell leading down below the Scarnetti Manor. You hear the sounds of the ocean sort of coming from down below there.
I think this is something we should bring up to
Nobody? You're correct.
okay.
We obviously can't look it down here now. All four of us came in to talk to the butler.
Right.
I've got a bad feeling about this, though.
I do now as well. Also, this place has to be incredibly cold in the winter. If you can hear the ocean, there's no stop. No, there's
So,
terrible idea.
Shouldn't we unroll or roll it, the rug back out? Because it'll look, if we leave it rolled up, it'll look like we messed around with it.
I do intend to put it back. Cinderella, can I ask a favor of you? You're pretty well observant of the group of us. Can you make sure that the butler and give us notification if you see him coming back?
Sandero will go to the door and try to listen for any footsteps as he approaches.
Sure, not a problem. You end up on watch duty.
Yeah.
And Evander, do you want to head down or do you want me to head down?
I'll head down.
Okay.
Do you want me to? No, I was gonna say, do you want me to come with? But
You gotta be up
Don't
here
go.
protecting Sindario.
Don't go
Okay.
too far. You have to be able to run back at a moment's notice.
Okay. You begin to make your way down into the dock, Navander.
Yep.
I'm going to say that you have something to illuminate the passageway, just out of habit.
I would absolutely have that.
could I have given him an item to help him get back faster, if he needed?
Is it necessary? Because remember, if you
Probably
give
not.
him
Never
something
mind.
to solve a problem that isn't there, I'm
Yeah,
going to
you're right.
create a problem for you to need that for.
Nope, you're right.
Cool.
All right.
See, it's a very cool rule to have. You know what I mean? A simple rule, like, you know what I mean. It also stops people from over planning for stuff and then not doing anything because they spend
Just
a billion years like.
Try to be helpful, but
I
you're
know,
right.
I know, but helpful is, and I know this is gonna sound crazy. You ready, Neil? Leaning close.
No, I don't want to.
Come on, leaning close. You ready? Helpful is letting your teammate role play when it's their turn. There you go.
Yes.
Good. So Navander, as we were saying, also, by the way, know that I do love Neil and I don't ever blame Neil for these things. This is the thing, and I want to tell this as well. No one teaches role-playing games as a class or as a lesson and stuff like that. So this is how you figure stuff out. This is how you learn, okay? So there's no, Neil's not, in trouble or anything like that. Love Neil to bits. And I know that
I
Neil
feel
only
in
means...
trouble.
I know you do, but that's only because when you get this stuff pointed out, it's usually because you've heard it already, and I still have to repeat it, but I'm not repeating it to you. Do you know who I am repeating it to? The people in the audience who have for the very first time not necessarily heard the thing that I'm telling you.
Cool.
That's the thing. So that's why they get said. It's again, it's a PSA. It's for everyone. It's not just for Neil. It's just Neil has provided me the opportunity to educate and teach things, and that's a good thing. I like that. That's important. Like I said, no one teaches this stuff. Okay. I am repeating it for you, Cookie, because yeah. Anyway, okay, Navander. With a bullseye lantern held aloft in the darkness, you begin to make your way through the basement. It is cold, it is damp, but reasonably well traveled here. You can see that there's no signs of like dust, decay, or anything like that. If you'd had to know, the butler does go through here, relatively, regularly to clean up. And the moisture in the air just comes from what you think could only be like maybe the spray of like, the ocean along the cliffside that is just to the back of where this house is. As you continue to make your way down, it's unnervingly quiet. until you come to a large chamber. In this chamber, there are a multitude of different doors, all of them labeled in different ways. And as you look around, you can see that there is the number 7 written everywhere. There are 7 doors, there are 7 paths, 7 angles, and the symbol for 7 is just written on the walls around the doors.
I'm dealing with a psychopath. Looking at all these doors, he's going to have a quick look. He's going to have a quick listen upstairs.
Everything seems fine.
Very well. And then he's going to check one of the doors.
One of the doors. Let's go to the one directly across.
Yeah.
You can see that the chain that once sort of sealed the door seemed to have been broken. The chain, however, is not real. It's a replica. If you want to make a society check, you could make a society check.
Yeah, sure. Why not? A society check, please.
All right.
25.
With a society check, you recognize this door. It's actually one of the infamous Doomsday doors that is said to reside in the Windsong Abbey, not Windsong Abbey, the freaking other abbey that's up north. I can't remember what it's called. Hold on.
The Downton Abbey?
Yes.
Sorry.
No.
Anyway.
Anyway, there's an abbey up north. I want to say it's the Windsong one, but I feel like Windsong is the Forgotten Realms one. There's another there's a type of it that's up there. Anyway, and with each of the Doomsday, actually, do you guys remember Extinction Curse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you remember how there were those doors that had the thing in Extinction Curse?
They're on the front of all those.
Yeah. Anyway, these are replicas. These are replicas of those doors. Basically, they are supposed to be there and fine until the end of time. Then, once all the doors are opened, it signals the end of the world, the end of the universe and stuff.
Oh.
And you can see that 3 of these doors have been broken. The one that you approach seems to be broken, and written in runic words are... I say runic words, it's still common, but like just in a fonted style. It says the start of the end where it began, the fall of the Father. The beginning of the end where it began, the fall of the Father. There you go. Boom.
All right. 7 doors.
Mm-hmm.
3 of them broken.
Yep.
One of them is breaking-ish.
No. 3 of them are just broken. The chains, and the other 6. Sorry, I can count 4. The other four are still chained up.
Each door has a number on it.
No.
Okay.
Because we created 3 more dooms.
Yeah.
There's 10.
Okay. Navander is very much out of his depth here. He might actually call up and get Artemis down here. He's looking at these doors. He's going through his mind. 7 doors, 7 dooms. We've taken care of 3 dooms.
There is a correlation there for sure.
Yeah. Just needs a brain better than mine to figure out. Fall of the Father. Are these doors openable?
Yes, the doors are openable.
Okay. Nah, he's gonna call up. Artemis. Artemis.
Okay. Yep. I go to the top of the stairs and I turn around and I send a message to Sandariel using a cantrip message saying, if you see the butler, think on this message and reply. And then I head downstairs.
Okay. Artemis, you make your way down and see the same thing. Several butlers that aren't Matthias sort of come in to trying to clean the dishes. They see Cinderella at the door. Sorry, just clearing away your food and the like. If you're done.
No, they're still going at it.
Of course. They will sort of puddle off when you say no. You're not done. Yep.
Yeah. We don't have a lot of time to look at this. The magic will return to the rug in about 5 minutes.
I don't have the knowledge that you might. Have a look at this. Evander will take him to the door that has the father inscription on it.
Mm-hmm.
Does this mean what I think it means?
The beginning of the end starts with the fall of the father.
Is Titus the father?
Titus is the patron. The matriarch. Matriarch? No, is that the right word?
Patriarch.
Patriarch. Thank you. Yeah, is the patriarch of the family.
Then yes, this seems very bad. How many? Now I haven't. It's just I sort of paid attention to when you guys were talking about it. It seemed like it was a very group-oriented activity, and I didn't really want to get too involved in what you guys were doing. But you mentioned a lot of things about dunes, and you mentioned that there was 7 of them. And how many have you done?
3.5.
We've done half a doom.
Well, I'm counting the
I think I'll find it's closer to 5/8.
I'm counting the ritual summoning the Sandpoint devil as half, because now we have to go find it and kill it again. Apparently killed it once, we have to go do it again.
I'm going to quickly, you see out of nothing a staff appear, and I set it down on the ground. I reach into the staff, and I pull out a book. I then go over to a piece of ground, lift it up, and pull out a quill and ink. Close the ground, and I start writing and drawing as quickly as possible this door and notes about the scene around it.
I have so many questions.
Okay. Now, bear in mind, you do only have 5 minutes, so you're not going to complete that.
As a time wizard, it's 30 seconds.
Just quick reference, like not a detail, but a quick
Sure. You make some quick notes and stuff like that. While he's doing that, because that will take up your time. Navander, what about you?
Navander will lick the door that has the inscription on it. Determine if it's magical.
It is not magical, but it tastes awful. Mostly like brine and swollen seawood.
Yeah,
like
Navander will also
Switch cartridge.
turn his head and spit. And then he will determine if he can hear anything happening from behind the door.
No, you cannot hear anything from behind the door.
Wonderful. Then Navander will attempt to open the door.
The door swings open, leading you to another smaller room. It is dark inside, but as soon as you illuminate it with your lantern, you are confronted with a horrifying sight. Blood everywhere. An altar in its center. The symbol of Pazuzu everywhere. The body of Titus Scarnetti, gutted open and hanging with his entrails pouring down like rain upon the altar. And in the center of the altar itself, what looks to be a stone egg. Like a small one, like a teeny one. That is bathing in the entrails of Pazuzu.
Navander swears, turns to Artemis. Found Titus.
I'll close my book, pick up my cat my ink, and stand up. I'll pull out my glasses and cast detect magic.
There is no magic in this room. It does seem to be like a horrible tableau that has been made. But then a moment passes and you hear a crack sound like bone. The head of Titus turns to face you. And he says 2 words. He's coming. And at this point, Cinderio, you hear footsteps coming towards you. They are not of the butler. They are of Karn Scarnetti, who is marching through the hallway in your direction. You kind of glimpse him before he glimpses you.
Yep, and mental communication to Artemis as the response, because she's not responded to the message.
Sure.
Is, well, shit, not the butler, but, I hope you're on the stairs all the way up already.
I will respond by casting lose time 0 on Evander and I, and up the stairs. Then I'll pull the rug over.
All right. We'll come back next week to find out what happens. All the drama, all the horror. Oh my god. Also, yes, I know it was only a glimpse, but you can tell that Titus died shortly after he gave you the stute and the information and stuff. He's been dead for a little while.
Yeah.
Now we do have one more thing to do before we sign off on today. I know we've gone a little bit longer, and I thank you everyone for sticking around. As I said in chat, I feel like we did a lot of PSAing today, so I wanted to give you guys a little bit more meat and potatoes for today's game before we signed off. So that was my meat and potatoes. But we have one last thing, and that is, of course, our secret menu item. Meanwhile, just off the coast of Sandpoint, a large portal opens up in the harbor. A large body of water pours out and just rushes into the sky, causing the ocean to swell and erupt as a geyser lands. A ship passes over, grabs hold of what looks to be a large, very, very beautiful, kind of stone with opal and kind of shimmering colors. As it takes it, unseen by the divers who went and collected it, were 4 other stones that looked very much identical to the one that was taken. Suddenly, a large shadow, a large turtle-shaped shadow, swims overhead, looks down upon these rocks, and underwater, this huge roar causes bubbles to just blast outwards from the maw of a massive dragon turtle, angered that something that it owned was taken. And that is where we're going to end today's session.
Oh.
And a very special thank you to Cookie Mon Steve for helping come up with the story of the dragon turtle and it's missing eggs. Yeah, there you go. All right, was that a good twist? Did you guys like it?
Oh my god, what's happening?
Well, what's happening? Are you ready for this? Okay, yeah. Neil, I want you to just calm down for a second. Don't worry, this isn't a bad calm down. I want you to calm down. I want you to look straight. I want you to look straight at the camera, okay? So, Neil, you ready for this? Okay. So, what is the giant stone? Keep looking at the camera. I want everyone to see this. Okay. What is the stone? Tell the camera.
I thought the stone originally was the sea. Oh my god, I can't even say the dragon turtle. The turtle dragon?
Yeah, you thought it was the dragon turtle.
Dragon?
Cool.
Yeah, I thought it was.
What did it turn out to be?
In my head, I thought treasure, but then I saw chat, and I was like, oh damn.
So now it's an egg, right? Yeah.
It's an egg, yeah. Oh my
Alright, cool.
god.
Now, what did Navander just discover inside of the basement of the Scarnetti's place?
An even smaller egg.
And where was this egg?
It was in the guts of Scarnetti, right?
It was covered in the guts of Scarnetti.
Or-
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and the room itself was a
It was
Shrine.
like a
shrine.
a ritual shrine, yeah.
Right. To who? Which entity?
Oh gosh. I was too busy being stunned. Pazuzu, yeah.
Pazuzu. Okay. Now, can you tell me what visage and what kind of creature Pazuzu is? Do you remember?
He was it's been a while. We saw him at the Chopper's Isle because we took care of we took care of a ritual there.
You did.
I don't remember the visage because I got possessed by like one ghost that ended up being 1,000 ghosts.
No,
I don't think we saw the.
No,
I don't
that's
think
fine.
I saw the visage.
So Pazuzu is commonly depicted as well. Actually, let me also read you out his thing here.
Honestly, I thought Titus was turning into the Chopper next, like he was being possessed to be the Chopper next.
I mean,
But I
yeah,
kinda forgot it's still the ghost.
there was part of that too. Okay, so Pazuzu, okay, is a demon lord. His domains are air, swarms, trickery, and tyranny. And he is the king of wind demons.
Wind demons, okay.
He is often depicted as a large bird with multiple wings.
Wind demon.
So a Pazuzu worshipping family cult, whatever we want to call this thing here, has a ritual room with an egg cut down in blood that is pouring over an egg. And what have they just acquired from the deep sea?
An egg. They're trying to summon Pazuzu.
Dun dun dun! What'd you think?
Oh my god.
That's awesome. Nice. I'm glad you appreciate it. It's that's not bad for a single session, mind you. Like that's not bad for a single session.
Yeah.
And yes, I want, like I said, Cookie Mon Steve gave me such a great idea with the dragon turtle egg thing, and then I thought about it, and I was like, ooh, we could tie that into the Pazuzu thing. Like, I mean, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Like, you know what I mean? Like in terms of a ritual to summon Pazuzu, but like yeah,
sea dragon turtle Pazuzu.
Yeah, exactly. Or yeah, I mean, like maybe it's got enough juice to summon forth the demon lord. But yeah, we'll find all that out in due time. But I'm very happy that you guys sort of discovered it. But here's the question: do you guys have any theories on who the chopper is? Are we still firmly in the Karn Scarnetti bank, or are we thinking maybe the butler did it? Like
it's always the butler, Dag. It's always the butler.
It's always the butler.
He looks too much like Alfred. Can't be butler.
You know, what'd be really funny is if it was just some guy. It's like, my name is Steven.
It's Bob.
Just straight up Bob. Yeah.
But hey, lucky we know people who actively fight demons, right?
It's true. You do. They're just they're just over in Gatewalkers. You have to go get them.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's Colonel Mustard?
Quick question,
it's fine. One solution to deal with the dragon turtle is potentially just return as child, unharmed and uncorrupted.
Yeah, it's those two bits it's those two bits you got to need to work towards. But yes,
we're trying to give it to the fortune dragon.
That's true. Now the fortune dragon's like, where's my stone?
That's fine. The dragon just wants an adopted child.
The dragon turtle has it. What? Oh god.
Okay.
She's like, I don't want. She's like, I don't want it anymore.
How bad a day is West? How bad a day is West is having right now?
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know that like I said, we went a little bit longer today. I am happy that we did. I'm glad we got to do a lot of cool stuff. Let us now go and raid someone, because we got a raid earlier on today. And we have 63 visitors coming and joining us today. So we're going to go and share the love. Let's see who is out and about doing stuff. Ah, somebody else is playing Seven Dooms. Let's go see if they're see how they're doing.
Let's see if they're fighting a sea dragon.
Welcome back,
Sea
Nice.
turtle.
It looks
turtle
like
dragon.
it looks like I think they're on episode 14 maybe. So they're quite early. So no spoilers, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go raid them. They're called.
The difference is they don't have a fortune dragon.
Edda Hungist. So yeah, we're gonna go send some love. Thank you. Stay safe. Stay wonderful. Be kind to each other because why the fuck not? It's free.
Cause
And as
right
always,
now it says like you.
game.